Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Minamikawa, Vice Minister for Global Environment Affairs, Japan. It's a great honor for me to make small remarks in this important and timely event. On behalf of the Japanese government, as a presidency of CBD COP10, I am pleased to express my sincere thanks to the organizers for kind invitation and giving me the opportunity to share my overview to COP10. Japan would like to fulfill our responsibility as a COP10 presidency in cooperation with the COP9 presidency, Germany. So please take a look at the first page. This shows the main issues in COP10. As a COP10, we are going to discuss many important issues for its decision. They include post-2010 target, new strategy, it's so-called new strategic plan of the convention. Second one is the access and benefit sharing of genetic resources, and other thematic or cross-cutting agenda, including protected area, sustainable use of biodiversity, business and diversity, IPBES, and financial mechanisms. Adoption of post-2010 targets is one of the most important issues to be discussed at COP10. Unfortunately, Global Biodiversity Outlook 3 revealed that the 2010 target has not been achieved. We shall agree to the ambitious but realistic target at COP10, and then we shall move into the phase of action in a timely manner. As a means of achieving the target, Japan has been proposing the United Nations Decade for Biodiversity in order to promote all actions and measures taken by worldwide, including USA government, under the United Nations system beyond the framework of CBD. Well, next on ABS issue, the access and benefit sharing of genetic resources is one of three objectives set by the Convention of Biological Diversity. We have been working on this issue over the past decade to establish an international framework for ABS. ABS negotiations are progressing step by step as we have held many more meetings since March. When the co-chairs presented a draft of the protocol text. We must devise a flexible and practical scheme, assuming that each country could possibly be a provider as well as a user of genetic resources. And then we must use the allocated benefit to conserve biodiversity in provider countries of genetic resources. As a host country of COP10, I'd like to call on all parties and stakeholders to participate in the discussion in constructive and positive manners, hoping to achieve a successful conclusion in the working group at COP10 and to realize legal binding schemes. page 4 shows our image of Satayama Initiative. We are proposing a Satayama Initiative for COP10 as a new international effort. It intended to promote the conservation and sustainable use of human-influenced natural environment formed through human activities, while contributing to measures to fight poverty and achieve the post-2010 target. We would appreciate you to support this initiative. Page 5 shows the IP base. It's very urgent to strengthen the interface between science and policy in the field of biodiversity. This is why the IPBES should be established in a timely manner. Last September and this May, Germany and Japan requested all environment ministers in the world to support the establishment of IPBES by sending a joint letter. Japan welcomes the outcome of the Busan International Governmental Meeting held in Japan. We continue to contribute in the discussions and future establishment of IPBES. Regarding the structure of IPBES, we consider that it will be built on the original activities and networks. Japan will willing to propose establishment of a regional committee to promote the under IPBES. This shows the framework for biodiversity conservation in Japan. Our people have made every effort for nature conservation through the reflection of disorder exploitation after the World War II. So I'd like to briefly touch upon the biodiversity conservation measures in Japan. The Act of Biodiversity enacted 2008, and the National Biodiversity Strategy in Japan was firstly formulated in 1995. Japan revised the strategy 3 times so far, and fourth strategy, which includes a midterm vision to 2050 and short-term target to 2020, was decided in May 2010. Under the Basic Act and Strategy, there are a number of laws and acts relating to biodiversity conservation, including Nature Conservation Law, Natural Park Law, Law for Conservation of Endangered Species. And Japan, beautiful scenery in a national park in Japan. It's the pride of my country. So this shows the natural parks in Japan, which have natural park system. It consists of 3 categories. National parks represent beauty and pristine wildlife in Japan. It designated and management by Ministry of Japan. And closed national parks and prefectural national parks. These national park system covers more than 14% of total land area and have significant role on biodiversity conservation in Japan. Here this is instruction of 10th meeting of Conference of Parties in Nagoya. CBD COP10 will be held October 18th to 29th in Nagoya, Japan. It's next to the city of Toyota. Toyota Motor Company's main office right there. Japan would like to fulfill our responsibility as COP10 president in order to achieve living in harmony with nature. Therefore, we kindly ask for your continued cooperation. Here, we'd like to add some explanation on climate change policy in Japan. We had COP15 in Copenhagen. And there, at that time, Japan pledged $15 billion US financing in the period of from 2010 to 2012. As of today, Japan has already implemented over one-third of that assistance. They have been utilized for both mitigation and adaptation in developing countries. Last slide is on our bill for anti-global global change in Japan. We will continue to be in the forefront of anti-global warming policies. This basic bill will be submitted again to the current Diet session through the cabinet authorization very soon and expected for deliberation. It will include mid-term and long-term goals for Japanese people and key introduction of key policy measures, emission trading scheme, global warming tax, and feed-in tariff system. As a matter of fact, I leave for Beijing tomorrow evening to join AWG meeting in Tianjin. Anyway, I believe climate change and biodiversity that on the top agenda of both international community and our countries. Therefore, I have high expectation on continuous cooperation with German people. Thank you very much.